Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. So, Gemini, I felt called to doing this bonus reading. I know it is Gemini season coming up real fast here. And actually, is it Gemini season? It might be today, actually. Let's see. Well, I'm not going to look at it right now. I don't want to get off track. But yes, it's in the next few days at least. Maybe it already is. I don't know. But they're usually the 20th or the 21st. So, birthday season. Gemini birthday season. And I feel like you all are really into your birthdays. You are not unlike us Virgos. We like to celebrate. We like to be remembered. We like to be thought of, and we like people to go out of their ways for us, right? Even if we say we don't, we really do. So happy birthday, Gemini family. My daughter is turning 5 soon. She is a June Gemini, and she is a little firecracker, as they say. So I am so lucky that I ended up having a Gemini person in my life, and my favorite person in the whole universe, forever and ever. Nobody will ever be as cool and wonderful and amazing as my daughter, to me anyhow. And when I found out, when I was getting induced, I'm not going to lie to you, I cried. I cried quite a bit. I was hoping that I was going to have a Cancer baby. I always thought cancers are my favorite people in the whole world. I'm married to one. I have a lot in my family. All of my favorite friends and, past relationships always have been with Cancer people. And then I had a Gemini, and I was like, I don't like Gemini people. They're mean, they're wild, they're selfish, they're two-faced, all the things, right? All the things they love to say about you guys. Well, guess what? It's all propaganda. It's all lies. To some degree. But yeah, the coolest, most creative, energetic, wonderful, just like into so many different things. I don't know, whatever. I lucked out. I'm going to say that. So, Gemini, let's get to you. We have the High Priestess. There is some big intuition going right now. Something is happening. Your spidey senses are going off. We're going to find out what is it? What is this pertaining to? Okay. Let's see here. All right. Oh, look at this. This is ridiculous. Sometimes I luck out and we just have like the best looking formations. Now you can see a person standing here with their arm up, and it looks like they're about to catch something that's falling. And I'm going to look at it this way so I can see. It looks like a 1 and a 0. So we have 10. Something 10 falling, okay? Up here, it looks like we have a person that has maybe horns or antennae of some kind. Also tail, but it is humanoid. You can see the arms in this lifted position. Over here we have a sheep, it looks like. And then we have a person down here. And I'm going to say that this must be a pregnant person, because it looks like there's a child inside right here. Okay. We have a tornado, and we have, it looks like a little house or church, maybe a house, because it looks like it has a chimney. Okay, so here's the deal. We have this face. Look at this one. 1, 2, the mouth, the eyes, mouth, maybe the nose would be in here somewhere. ear right over here. There's the ear hole. And kind of like it looks like crying. It looks a little sorrowful. So I'm led to believe that there is a Taurus or a bull person. Maybe it's an entity. It seems to be something that dwells within the family, also maybe within the household. It might appear in the physical at times, maybe almost like a poltergeist kind of activity. Or if it is a person who is actually a Taurus, I wonder if this is somebody who, they might not be like a formal magician. They might not be trying to set intention at anybody, but this is a person that if like they wished for something and they really focused on it, even if it's like a terrible thing, it might come to pass. They have that kind of connection with the universe. And so I feel like to some degree, this energy has been quite oppressive. It feels like there's a constant anxiety within the household that things are just gonna fall apart. Like it's like being in a relationship or even a marriage, right? Where if any little even disagreement happens, you're like, are we breaking up, right? Have you ever been to that point where it's like everything's hanging from a thread and it's like, you didn't put the dishes away, I'm ready to get divorced at this point? Like not just saying it out of like frustration, like for real, I'm done. I'm over it, right? And I feel like, yeah, it's been very disruptive to your life, to the life of the people that live in the home, if it's your kids or family members or roommates or whoever. But I almost kind of wonder if you're pregnant or if your partner's pregnant or maybe there's a grandchild coming into the mix. But I feel like there is this kind of like renewed resolve to leave, honestly, to leave. And the other thing that this could represent, and I wonder if it is like a desire for rebirth. For this to be like your inner child, right? And you are rebirthing yourself. And to do that, you have to create a safe and sacred home and space to raise yourself up into the person that you want to be versus basically how things are right now. So I see you really making some difficult decisions, possibly having to walk away from what you've built. But at the same time, I feel like the more you let go of what you have been afraid, even terrified to stop clinging to, the more you let go, the more the universe is going to provide for you. I know it's hard to believe that because it's like there's no laws. There's no law that says this is true, or there's no guarantee, except for the many, many, many people who've written books, who've made videos on YouTubes, people doing spiritual self-work, people doing self-alchemy, human development, religious work, going to a psychologist, a psychotherapist, people who are interested in healing themselves and growing, okay? And I feel like it's like we can ask all day long, how do I fix myself? Well, here is all the stuff we can do. Here are all the tools and the modalities and techniques and activities and so on and so forth. And we know what we should do. We see people that it's worked for. And yet, for some reason, we avoid it. We avoid it like the plague. So I promise you, if you start doing the work, and I'm not saying you have to leave anybody or you have to move out or no, but if you start doing the work, building your identity, your connection to self, letting so much of the old stuff fall away, not feeling like you have to depend on somebody else or something else. Realizing that you have this. You have survived thus far. And at times you have probably thrived with the best of them. And you can get there again. I know that you can. So please, in whatever way that you can, or that you are willing, start decluttering your life. And this is a really good place to begin. Decluttering our homes. Decluttering the little table next to the bed. Decluttering the kitchen drawers. Then you start moving into other rooms. And then you start thinking like, well, if I'm changing this, right? And you get momentum building, right? And if you are deciding, I'm going to rebirth myself. I am going to become this new person, this other person, this person who I am. And I need to make some real tough decisions to get there. Well, you've already started doing work in your life to clean it up, to get it cleared of all the stuff that doesn't need to be there. It doesn't serve you. It's just taking up space. Once you get into that mode, it's so much easier to say no to things or goodbye to things, right? Because you have power. You have that, like I'm going to keep saying momentum. You got that momentum going, right? So build upon that. So that's your homework, starting with that. Start decluttering the house. I've been working on it too. I've been slowly weeding out my daughter's toys and things, and I have to do it secretly. Not that I'm like just stealing her toys. I know. But she is a huge clinger to things. She will not let stuff go. So sometimes it has to just disappear. Or I put it in the closet in like a bin where she can't find it. And then I'll bring it out again, months later. And it's either like brand new, the coolest thing ever. Or she says, I don't want that anymore. So I'm going through that process right now. All right, so we also have, it looks like a deer who is sitting. We have birds up here, and they remind me of geese. And they remind me of a couple, a goose couple. Probably like in nesting season, which is what is happening right now. Oftentimes you'll see one standing or sitting on the nest and the other one will be out swimming. Mostly I think the female sits on the nest, but then their partner comes and will relieve them. And then they'll go and swim for a little bit and come back. And sometimes, which is really cute, around dusk, they'll both swim together for a little bit and then they'll get back on the nest. So I do feel, even if there is something going on where you feel like you're needing to let go of some relationships or people in your life, maybe even a romantic partner, I do feel like you have the desire to connect, or you are connected to somebody who really truly can be your partner, that you will do equal work with, right? This isn't a person that's just like, using you for anything or, letting you do the bulk of everything. No, this is a person that is wanting to live and evolve as their own being as well. But also there is this fondness and connection between the two of you and a lot of familiarity. It feels like, this is a person that will be like eternal family, right? Like a soulmate. And I think that this is something that is also going to be a big focus through this next year or so. Okay. Now, the deer in a seated position tells me that you're having a very sacred moment in your life right now. If you could imagine a deer kind of sitting in a meadow, watching things happen, the wind blowing the grass and the bees on the flowers and the birds doing their business and their, singing their songs. And it's just a very beautiful and kind of glowing environment and serene and very serene. So I do feel that there's also here a call for grounding and centering and being very aware of how you're feeling. And if you're in a situation that is just kind of compounding some of the stress or anxiety you have been having through this experience, then going and doing what you need to do to kind of get into that more centered place. Whatever that is, we all have different things. I like to go into water. I like taking showers, really helps me. Taking a walk, listening to loud music, screaming, crying, letting things out. Sometimes I also just need to really say the thing, I'll share something private about my own life right now and my relationship. Recently, my husband and I have been having just like a wonderful connection lately. And about a week ago, I started to feel pretty crummy. And I was getting a lot of anxiety and depression and then really just kind of like, I don't want to be touched. I don't want anybody to, talk to me. I just want to go about my business and do the things I got to do. And, and just kind of irritable, not so much with my daughter, but with my husband. And then I looked at the calendar and I realized, okay, this is the week leading up to the death of my mother. Okay. My mother, she passed away when I was 11 and it was traumatic. It's always traumatic to lose a parent, but my dad died within 11 months after. And my mother, I was the one that found her. So all these things, they come up and I forgot. Like, I didn't even think about it. I'm like, what is going on that I feel like this? But it is our bodies, our minds, our spirit. We know, even if it's not in the forefront of our mind, we know. And so, it has been so important for me to do a lot of grounding, a lot of like self-soothing techniques, a little distraction, and I'm feeling much better, much more myself. So I think it's important for us to go into like situations where we know it's going to be a little difficult, but you know what? I have all the tools I need, and so do you. Okay. And if you need some help with finding those things, definitely you can comment, or I always like to say, look up CBT or DBT practices. Also like things like stimming, self-soothing. You can go and look this stuff up on like the Googles or, whatever, Chat GPT or whatever you use. I know we're not supposed to use that, but yeah, there's so many different things you can do. Okay, so if you need some help with some ideas, it's out there. Let's see. So we have something about Oh. Something about it seems like something broke. Like something that was handed down, maybe like something that you got from your grandmother. It's, you know, one of the few things you have. I keep thinking it's like a pottery thing, but it maybe is not. I don't know. I feel like you felt heartbroken about this. Like it was lost. You know, I destroyed this thing that was so important, or I lost this thing. And this is an odd one. They're coming through. Let me just say, whoever you got this from, they're coming through. It seems like a feminine person, and they're showing me themselves as like both young and a little older, maybe like in their 70s, 80s. But they're saying to me, oh, honey, don't cry. Oh, honey, you know, oh, honey, don't worry. It's okay. And here's the thing, is that while you're out in the world antiquing or going to the flea market, this isn't going to be a brand new thing. It'll be a used thing, maybe garage sales or wherever it is that you're going to see something that is secondhand. It will stick out to you. And this is, I'm not going to say it's the replacement for what happened, but it's like this person wants you to know that it's okay. It's just an object. But here is something else to put in its place. And even if they never touched it, or, you know, it had nothing to do with their life or whatever, there is a spiritual connection. And I feel like they're doing this because they want you to have a piece of them, and it will be embodied in this object. So hit the thrift stores, right? It's waiting for you. Okay. Now we're going to do 3 lucky numbers, and then I got to get out of here. I'm running late. We have number 69, number 50, 69 again. All right, let's go. One more. 82. All right. Okay, well, Gemini, thank you for letting me do this bonus birthday reading. I'm sorry it wasn't like you're winning $1 million and you're getting a brand new house and everything in the world is fixed. I wish that was it. But thank you for being here. It's always such a pleasure for me. I love you greatly. Happy birthday if it is coming up here in the next few days or in the next few weeks. I hope you have lots of fun. I know you will. You're a Gemini. And I love you. All right. We'll talk soon. Oh, if you want to like, subscribe, or leave a comment, that would be awesome. You don't have to, though. And I want to hear from you in the comments always. So go ahead and leave a comment if you feel moved to do so. All right. Love you. We'll talk real soon. Good night.